Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. My name is Molly Birch, and I'll be taking you through a recap of today's headlines. This stream runs every night starting at 8/7 Central Time from Sunday to Thursday. You can find us streaming on both Facebook or YouTube, whichever platform you'd prefer. Feel free to comment or ask any questions you have in the chat as you feel like it. I'll do my best to keep an eye on those comment sections and answer your questions as we go and after the stream as well. With all of that business out of the way, let's take a look at our first story for tonight. An 11-year-old macaw parrot escaped from his owner and was roaming free in Marquette. After 24 hours and many attempted rescues, Leo the parrot is safe at home after being coaxed from his perch. Leo was rescued from the branches of a pine tree near Cohotas Hall on the NMU campus around 2 p.m. today. During one attempted rescue, Leo was lured with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Rescuers say the parrot took half of the sandwich, bit the rescuer's finger, and then hopped away saying, "Who's a good boy?" Finally, the NMU Public Safety Department took Leo's owner, Veronica, up in the lift. After nearly an hour, Veronica was able to convince him to abandon his perch. Leo is now back with his family. And happening now, the U.S. Transportation Secretary is touring Great Lakes ports. That includes one in the southern UP getting big improvements. Pete Buttigieg was in Menominee this afternoon in his official capacity as Transportation Secretary. The Traverse City resident and possible running mate for Kamala Harris is highlighting investments by the Biden administration. The Port of Menominee is getting $21 million from the U.S. DOT for upgrades. KK Integrated Logistics operates the port. A dock wall along Menominee Harbor will be rebuilt, and rail infrastructure will be installed so freight can travel from the harbor to customers around the region.
There's also a climate benefit. The more things can be efficiently moved on water and on rail, the more you see an improvement in terms of pollution.
And at the stop in Menominee, TV6's Barbara Bellinger also asked Secretary Buttigieg about UP airports, specifically how the DOT can help small airports like Marquette Sawyer Regional Airport that don't get essential air service funding.
We've invested in rural airports. Some of them are general aviation facilities that don't have airline service, but they're very important to the communities that they serve. So we're certainly conscious of opportunities, including in the UP, and we'll be on the lookout for good grants and projects coming from Marquette and other facilities in the region.
As we reported last week, Marquette County leaders are meeting with Sawyer's carriers to see if they can bring back flights and modify their schedules. In continuing coverage, in March, the Westwood Mall in Marquette Township lost power for nearly a week, then again in June because the mall's owner didn't pay the electric bill on time. TV6's Grace Blair started looking into the mall's owner and found our mall's situation is not unique, and the unpaid electric bills were just the beginning. We found a mall in Iowa with a similar situation, but power has been out there for 9 months, a problem business owners here in the UP don't want to see.
On March 27th, businesses inside the Westwood Mall in Marquette Township told us the power was turned off inside the mall. A letter to business owners from the Marquette Board of Light and Power show it was because the account holder did not pay the electric bill on time. It took 6 days for the bill to be paid and for power to return.
Now we need the community to be just as excited that we've got the power back on, and we've got to offset a week of losses that we haven't been able to open.
Then again in June, the mall went dark, this time for nearly 2 days.
There's always an excuse, but it happens on the third Wednesday of every month. We know it's coming.
Scott Martin, owner of Martin Sports inside the Westwood Mall, says they've come to expect the BLP's notice. And each time the mall loses power, businesses inside need to close because exits are not illuminated and sprinklers are turned off. We contacted the Marquette BLP, but it cannot discuss client accounts. With the consistently missed bills, we wondered what else hadn't been paid and learned there are outstanding taxes owed on the property. According to the Marquette County Treasurer, there's $166,000 still owed for 2022 property taxes and $140,000 for 2023 property taxes. So who is responsible for these delinquent bills? Businesses inside the mall tell me it is not mall management.
The mall management here are tremendous. They are great. They've been over backwards to help us, and so I just want everybody to know they're not the problem. They're the ones keeping this mall alive. And if it wasn't for them, then this mall probably would be closed.
Rather, the owner, Mike Cohen of Cohen Retail Investment Group, is responsible for those bills. I called Mike Cohen. He says the late payments are just miscommunication.
There was some discrepancy, and also it was a miscommunication, so nothing to worry about, and it's not going to happen again.
Even though it has gone out twice?
Yeah, I'm sorry about the miscommunication that we had.
Cohen bought the Westwood Mall in 2019. At the time, Marquette Township was excited about the purchase.
We're hopeful that the new owner will reinvigorate the property.
Business owners say the mall falls short of those hopes. I emailed the Marquette Township manager, but he did not want to comment on the current state of the mall. But the Westwood Mall is not alone in this situation. In Iowa, Mike Cohen has owned the Marshalltown Mall since 2019. Marshall County Board of Supervisors Chairman Jarrett Heil says power went out at the Marshalltown Mall in November. Power was not restored and is still out today, 9 months later, meaning any businesses inside cannot open. When Cohen bought the Westwood Mall, it included the entire structure except for Kohl's. Since then, Dunham's and North Iron Church have bought their parcels from Cohen. So today, he only owns the green section. That's why when the power goes out, Kohl's, Dunham's, and North Iron Church can stay open. Mike Cohen owns Cohen Retail Investment Group based in Great Neck, New York. And according to his website, he owns 48 malls across the U.S.
We've looked up what a lot of his properties have happened. And this guy in New York that owns this place, some of the malls that he gets just sit there until they close.
We quickly learned there's a pattern with Mike Cohen's malls documented in news stories from around the country. Several others have also lost power due to unpaid bills. Tomorrow on both the TV6 Digital Desk live stream and your TV6 early news, you'll hear the rest of Grace's phone call with Mike Cohen, including what he told us is next for the Westwood Mall. Skiers of all skill levels will have a chance to test out their ski jumping skills this weekend. In our next story, the Ishpeming Ski Club is hosting its Try Ski Jumping Day on Saturday. The event will take place from 10 a.m. until noon at the UP Nordic Ski Complex, and it's free. All equipment is provided. Organizers say no experience is required, and those who attend can try out hills as small as 13 meters and as large as 90 meters.
If you've never seen ski jumping or never tried ski jumping, this is your opportunity to really kind of come, show up, get all the equipment, get all the instruction, and give it a try. I mean, it's the original extreme sport since 1924.
All the hills are outfitted with wet artificial turf that simulates snow. And finally tonight on the TV6 Digital Desk live stream, a Marquette children's consignment shop celebrated 2 years of business today. Little Agate buys and sells books, clothing, shoes, and other baby-related items. Staff say the shop's goal is to make buying and selling gently used items easy for parents. The event featured 20% off sales store-wide, plus giveaways of gift cards and 4 hours of postpartum doula support from the doulas of Marquette.
Little Agate really stands for sustainability and community, and that's something that our community has to be a part of to make happen, and they have been. And so we're really excited to celebrate that, take a chance to celebrate the growth we've had and to look forward to the growth we're going to see in the future, hopefully.
The shop also celebrated getting a grant from the Sioux Tribe Business Alliance. The Little Agate owner says the grant will help add to its online presence. And that's all the stories we have for you tonight. If you see something happening in your area that you think we should report on, feel free to contact us at any time. These are a few easy ways to get a hold of both myself and others in the newsroom. And again, you can contact us at any time. We would love to hear from you and what's happening in your community. I'll see you again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But first, you can find TV6's Mandy Koskela and Michael Sobek streaming from the TV6 Facebook page every weekday morning at 8:45 Eastern Time. They'll be recapping top headlines from the morning on their show, Beyond Your Morning News. Until next time, I'm Molly Birch, and thanks again for joining me live at the TV6 Digital Desk. Have a great rest of your night.